The clock on the boardroom wall of Miller and Associates didn't tick, it pulsed. Claire, a junior architect, was the last soul in the skyscraper. Her desk was a lonely island of light in an ocean of executive shadows. She was finalizing the blueprints for the Vanguard Tower, a revolutionary design that used experimental self-healing polymers. But as the clock struck midnight, the CAD software began to warp. The straight lines of the skyscraper's skeleton began to curve, mimicking the ribcage of a massive prehistoric beast. "Just a GPU glitch," Claire whispered, her voice swallowed by the thick silence. She tried to close the program, but the mouse cursor resisted, dragging itself toward the center of the screen. A new window opened, a thermal feed of the very room she was sitting in. The camera showed Claire at her desk. It also showed a towering violet-hued mass standing directly behind her chair. It had no face, only a vertical slit that rhythmically opened and closed like a gill. Claire froze. She didn't look back. She knew that in the folklore of the glitch striders, urban legends whispered in the break room, the moment you acknowledge the entity's physical presence, it becomes solid. As long as it remained a digital ghost, she had a chance. The entity began to type through her keyboard. The keys clattered with violent speed. "The foundation is wrong, Claire. The polymer wants to breathe. If you build this, the building will eat the tenants." The room grew freezing. Frost bloomed on the edges of her monitor. Claire realized the horror wasn't the creature. It was the design she had been so proud of. The experimental materials were unstable. Her calculations had been subtly sabotaged by a senior partner looking to cut costs. The entity wasn't stalking her. It was the manifestation of the building's future victims, a temporal echo trying to prevent its own birth. "Show me the fix," Claire commanded, her voice trembling but professional. The screen exploded into a kaleidoscope of complex geometry. The entity's long, static-filled fingers appeared over her own on the keyboard. Together they danced across the keys. For an hour, Woman and Phantom redesigned the Vanguard Tower, replacing the predatory polymers with stable, reinforced steel and glass. As the final save bar reached 100%, the oppressive cold vanished. The thermal feed on her monitor flickered and died. Claire finally turned around. The room was empty. The air smelled faintly of ozone and old parchment. On her desk sat a single physical blueprint that hadn't been there before, signed with a flourish in ink that looked like liquid starlight. The next morning, Claire presented the new designs. The senior partner was furious about the cost increase, but the board of directors, mesmerized by the flawless safety and elegance of the new plans, promoted her on the spot. The Vanguard Tower was built, and it became the safest, most celebrated structure in the city. Claire kept a small framed